Hello. I'm back. Hello, my little neighbors.
Is my camera working for y'all?
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, I see you.
But I don't see me.
You don't see you.
Oh, weird.
Mm-hmm.
We see you. We see you. We get. Look at that beautiful mug.
And for the viewers
He's
who
mugging.
cannot see the video feed, he is in fact gorgeous. Just for everyone's awareness.
Or ugly as shit.
Absolutely
No.
stunning.
Never. Fucking
A king.
phenomenal. King among men and women.
Amen.
Yeah. It's been a hot second. We're back. I'm very tired. I'm sure many of you are. I stayed up all night playing Bannerlord. So, I am functional. We'll see how well this one goes. It's been about a month since we last played. And I'm trying to sift through the notes, which I was looking at your notes, and it was like a sentence saying we found a child. And I was looking through my notes, which were even more incoherent. So, after dealing with a minor amount of stuff here and there, we can, let's see where we left off. I know Mal is not going to be in because she is currently being professionally gay down in another state. So good for her. But
No, go ahead, dox her.
dox her. No.
Dox her in this political economy.
She's an American, like all of us, except for
Wow.
Yeah,
I can't believe you'd say that.
my address is. I don't have the voice mod. I normally have the censor button bound, which is so fun.
That is funny.
Anyways, gamers, how are you all doing?
Well, glad to be here. Glad to be back.
Glad to be here.
Feels like it's been a long time.
It has. It really has.
Alas.
And I'm drinking coffee. I'm gonna see if I can make it all 3 hours, but I'm functionally here. All right, I've got.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I've got two. No, I fixed it. Okay. Web page. Ah, it worked. I'm a genius. I'm so good at this game. Anyways, gamers, would anyone like to help me along with the last time on? It's been a second.
We came down once we put some pieces together. What's number one? You say what? Is this
Quarters.
a Q? Quarters. Thanks.
With my lovely handwriting, you could dox
came
me,
down to-
quite frankly.
We came down to quarters. We were beep booping around. Then we ended up in a fight with a robot and slash android, and then a fight with a forklift as well. It seems like some sort of AI presence has taken over everything that runs on electricity here, and also is creating or crafting some sort of like robot or android to slowly take over the town. But we kill stuff. We go to the second level, and then these containers are containing some stuff. One of them contained a bunch of robots, and so we welded it shut so that they couldn't come out. And then we met up with the daughter of the real foreman, who we presume is dead, or at least Monkey presumes is dead, but the daughter wants to help, and the daughter's around. And so we're making moves. The daughter has joined the cockpit with Dale slash Jester, because Dale has the expanded pit. And that's where we left off. She also had a key card she gave us because she's part of us. She got a code name. Investigator or detective?
Detective.
Was her code detective was her code name.
And I think we've established that she's in the single digits of age, even though I have no concept of what a child sounds like. But yeah, we go from there.
You role played her as like as 6, and then you were like, yeah, she's 14, and Mallory was like, what?
Children.
Have you
confuse
met a
me.
child?
No, I don't, and I hope I never do.
Name me one child.
Name it for $3.
Name a child.
Oh no. All right. You find yourselves in the dark. You have the detective with you. My headphones keep going out on me, and you are, I believe, are standing on the second level of the mines, where you found this little girl sort of running around trying to sneak about. You have not been down to the below level yet. I believe you've done everything at the storage level, but there was talk of going back up to the surface to investigate the foreman's house. There was, I believe, sounds of violence up above. Right before we left.
How long does it take for us to get arrested? Is it an hour?
We'll say like an hour. It's just a dedicated amount of time. An hour works right now.
Well, I'm thinking about Dale and I are not great on HP, and then our mechs are, they have a different HP pool, but I think I'm more so concerned about our physical flesh.
Weak.
I'm wondering if I don't know. Also, maybe heading topside, we could roleplay picking up Nemesis, who is not down here with us.
Yeah, you don't see Sierra. It seems in between here and there, people have been not vanishing, but fading from view when you're not looking.
She's dead.
She's dead.
Off
She
on
will
other
roll a new
investigations.
character. She's being never mind. Punished. Dom, I need to fix your avatar. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh no, there's so much stuff going on. Oh, it's so broken. Hold on. I can fix her.
What?
I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't accidentally show my screen and just like dox me. Ooh. Select file.
Whose mech is motor? Is that?
Monkeys.
Whoops. I
Why? What's up?
put the wrong
I
file
was
in.
just curious.
You just wanted to know it was mine?
Mm-hmm. I saw the other mechs down there and said, "Oh, cool." And then
Yeah.
saw yours and said, "What the fuck?"
So
Who the
who the fuck? Do you want to go up to the surface? I guess that is the question.
I'm gonna let team leader make that call.
Oh, you're at the what was your team name again? I'm so sorry. I'm blanking.
Journeyman.
Journeyman. German.
Man, I don't bloody well know.
Incredible.
Whoever ran down here is presumably still running around. I don't necessarily want to give them a lot of free time. We also now know that we don't have a lot of friends on the surface either. Not nearly as many as we thought we did, right? So really nowhere is safe.
That is correct.
Well, this sucks.
Slightly, yes. Yeah, you do not have Dom with you. He was last left on the surface. Or
Then we should go back for him. We can't leave him alone.
Monkey goes, would it be so bad if he wasn't here?
damn. The
We could
space
leave him
racism.
alone.
The class divide.
He's rich. He's got money. He'll be fine.
Look, I don't know if we fail out, if we lose a member of our team, but I don't want to risk that.
Yeah,
So,
your passing rate is how many members survive each mission.
Damn, we lose one and it's down to a 75 immediately.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I
We'll pass
want
grade.
him dead. I just he's if he were to spend an assignment unconscious, would it be so bad?
I mean, he did get blown up by a road car. He's not doing so hot, if I recall.
Yeah, I'm.
A little hurdy-wordy.
Well,
My HP is 11 out of 10, so I don't know how
Oh.
that happened.
He's fucking jacked. He's ripped.
Yeah.
He's on roids right
Yeah.
now.
he's on roids. I feel like
Mm.
we could go get him and then come back down here to rest. I feel like we've killed the things that are trying to kill us, or otherwise indisposed them.
Mm.
Could we just ping Dom our location and then, or Nemesis our location, and then
You
he
can
could meet us
try.
here?
You can certainly try.
I go on the CompCon and I'm like, Nemesis, are you alive yet?
You hear an error message as the signal gets blocked. You're not sure right now if it's the terrain or if it's an external factor, but the message does not read as sent.
It's not great.
You would either need a signal booster or to get closer to a transmission device. Or if you had a resident hacker, they might be able to look into it.
I have a little hacky. Obviously, Raven's better than I, but I've got some hack.
Mm.
I have an Omni hook.
That requires a terminal of some kind, doesn't it? Or can it?
Nope. It is a terminal.
Ooh.
Here.
Portable if bulky Omninet terminal for communication, transfer, and hotspotting. Okay. No, yeah, you can try to operate it and see if you can pitch the signal a little bit, adjust the signal. Maybe that'll give you a bit more stability.
Sure.
My voice is sitting so low. I'm still waiting.
15.
15.
Hell yeah.
I mostly just want to open up a line of communication with Nemesis.
So as you're sort of tweaking it, you're like modulating some of the frequencies and trying to pitch it. So your first initial thought is it's the density of the rock, which has given you some issues, especially with communicating with Eclipse, your handler up on the ship. But this time there's an additional issue, it sounds like. You're able to adjust to get the message through, and you see it goes through. And Dominic, you will receive this. I just need to understand what you were doing on the surface when you vanished, and that might be a different conversation. But you do receive the message. But Monty, as you're sort of looking through the different wavelengths, you're recognizing that is some of it is natural. Some of it, again, is like density of the rock, the structure, some of the man-made materials around you distorting and blocking the waves itself. However, there is a man-made inhibitor of some kind with a little bit of digging. You recognize this is not as an intentional thing, but it's heavy equipment running on a reactor of some kind, which would be akin to like the bulldozer that you just took down, or any sort of like really dense like working machinery tends to distort the signal. And there sounds like there's a lot of it blocking you from down below. Again, it's not an active blocker, it's just a side effect of using some of this equipment, and especially some of the older equipment does not mesh very well with the OmniNet. Which is why small colonies like this will use like local comms or radios.
Got it.
Indeed. But Dominic, you do receive a message on the far side. Monty, you unfortunately it only reads as sent and not read.
Got it.
As for what I'm doing, I feel like the last time I was here, I nearly got blown up by a car.
Yeah, slightly.
Maybe even took some damage.
You definitely
So,
did, which I'm not sure how
yeah.
you gained 110% health, but you know.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
just
know
that
either.
cool.
Where do you want my health? I put it back at 10 because
Put it at
there's
7.
no reason.
I
Put it
think
7?
30% of your life force is good for being in a car crash.
I would tend to agree with you, quite frankly. Yeah, I'm at least rattled, if nothing else.
Shooketh.
Yeah, I think Dom is very much in the like, Jesus fucking Christ, I almost died, sort of mentality.
You do find yourself having been like either like thrown out of the way, and you like wake up like face down in the dirt a little ways away. Your mech is not in sight because I think you left them outside the city limits, unless you took your mech into it. But
no, it's definitely still outside the city limits. I definitely think as soon as I'm up and conscious again, I'm booking it for going to my mech.
Yeah, as you are sprinting away from the colony itself, you see not like a crowd, but definitely a gathering, like, and it seems to be getting agitated. And as you're running away, you see a couple fingers point at you, and you hear shouting, but you can't make out what they're saying.
I stop and yell, "What? What?
What?
What are they selling?"
You see various mining tools and implements being raised. It's like relatively early morning at this point. I think is where we left off. I can't remember when you guys decided to go into the mines. It might have been evening. Whatever.
There's no time. There's no time under the mines.
There are 2 suns, and it's always daytime on this planet. Deal with it. You see various implements and daily things being raised and shaken angrily as the crowd begins to slowly move towards you. The murmuring growing louder. Whatever the space age equivalent of pitchforks and torches would be, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. I think I run away.
You be more fit than the average person because of your nepotism and possible drug usage. Are easily able to outrun
Roids.
As you're
That makes sense.
easily able to outrun this crowd as you slip behind a nearby hill, crossing the line of visibility, and just make it to your mech. It has been untouched. It is covered in dust from this planet and very, very dirty, but it is functionally fine once you give it the once over.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get in. Have I gotten the message at this point from Monkey?
Your terminal, your ComTron sort of sputters and crackles, and ding, you see a message pop up on your screen.
Can I say?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that the message says like?
What the fuck, man? Where are you?
We're at the mines.
Yeah.
We're at the mines. Half the town are actually robots. Dot.
Yikes. Okay.
I tried to send as little as possible because I was like, I don't want to add too much data to the sending, but hey, heads up.
You receive that message, and shortly thereafter, you see a response from Monty's account. It just says, "We know."
Well, shoot. That's not ominous at all.
It's not.
What would you like to do?
Yeah,
You hop in your mech. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I hop into my mech and then head to the mines, or is the pitchfork crowd between me and the mine?
You could skirt around it. They are moving to accost you, but there's no way they could catch up to you in a mech.
Yeah, can I just fly over them to
You
the
could.
mines?
Yeah, you just activate your little mini boosters, spin it up, the mech boots up, bloop, terminals light up as you sort of wipe some of the dust off yourself. Apologies. And take off towards the mines. You know vaguely where it's at. You fly over the foreman's little house / shack, and you notice for the first time that the lights are on in there, even though it is daytime. As you go, he's so fast. Look at him go.
Wow.
The elevator is on the lower levels.
I think I'll try sending a message myself, or reply.
What's up? Come here.
And say what floor.
Your cat was so loud.
She is very loud.
Oh my
Like a
god,
baby.
Mama, say hi.
that was so funny.
So it's
Oh
whenever
my
she
God.
she finds or grabs her toy, she announces it. She will have the toy in her mouth and she will scream.
God, what a fucking cutie.
Freaking attention whore. But this will happen whenever she does it. So it might be 2 a.m. and she will find her toy and she has to let you know. So I have to hide the toys at night or she will wake me up in the middle of the night.
That's so funny.
And that also helps her because you're engaging her.
Yeah. No, it's totally a ploy. She's dropped me on fucking like she's dropped me hook, line, and sinker. But
What a fucking cutie. Oh,
oh my god, she's so loud. I'm so obnoxious. I need to trim their claws because they keep jumping onto my lap, and it is a process.
Yikes.
Oh well. Anyways, as we were
What's the
saying,
message you were trying to send?
baby, you up?
The message was just what floor.
Shorty, what that thing do?
Shorty, what? You try to send a response back, and there is no signal to the direct terminal. You have signal up and out, but to your companions, there's nothing, and Sierra is offline.
Okay, well, go floor by floor then. Here we go.
You don't know, fly down, I assume, or float down.
If I can, yeah.
You can certainly try. Yeah, you'll be fine. You engage your mech, and you sort of gently float down the elevator shaft. It is dark.
Yeah, what I've got. I have the EVA module and the rapid burst jet.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you'll be
rapid
fine.
burst
Yeah.
jump jet system. So I would hope that the combination of those two, I'd be able to.
Mm-hmm.
be
No,
able
you're
to
fine.
Maneuver.
You're able to safely maneuver down, and you touch down on the first level. You see a scene of absolute chaos. There is a large bulldozer that looks like it has been shot at, blown up, and possibly shot through with a giant energy lance. You see a couple corpses, which all appear to be android. Actually, no, there are no corpses in the area, but there is like stains of blue blood every once in a while. The building, the two-story office building you see in front of you, has had a chunk taken out of it. It looks like it was hit by some sort of explosive round that just carved out the entire corner of it. You see the remnants of the office on the far side. And then in front of you, you see a destroyed worker, or a shutdown worker mech. But this place is like smoldering and distraught, and there's craters all over the ground.
I think over my loudspeaker, I yell, "Hello,
Hello? Which is
monkey."
a small
Jester?
echo, but nothing.
Okay, I think I kind of take a backward step and let myself tumble down another floor and check out floor 2.
Well, let's put your mech on screen, because that'd be cool. Let's do that. Oh, there he goes. You come face to face with, I believe it was Jester, who was by the door, as you actually touch down on the elevator platform in this shaft. It groans underneath the gentle impact of your mech, but it seems to be holding despite the rust on the tables.
Ooh, I step in quick.
You are face to face with the rest of your party, but you do not see Sierra anywhere.
Oh, hey guys.
Use the throat.
Listen, I got hit pretty bad by a blast from a car. I think it knocked me out for a little while. What'd I miss? Presumably, I already got this recap. We can skip over the in-game recap. Well, shit. So where are we at now? I don't know if you guys know or not, but the people up on the top they seem pretty pissed off. They were chasing after me with pitchforks and las guns and whatnot.
They might not be people. That might be whatever is creating these is also presumably coordinating all of them, like a hive mind type shit.
Do we all see this message from you?
No, this is Jester. Jester alone.
Well, that's not creepy.
Gotcha. So we're thinking how many? Usually like 50% of the farm's people we think are androids? Not real?
It's hard to say. I go with 50, but it's hard to say.
Well, damn.
Yeah, so be careful.
Well,
watch
yeah,
where you step.
Be careful. Shit's weird.
Shit's whack.
Yeah, we just
I mean,
but,
there's
like
some
that's
kids,
that's
right?
the reality. We just don't know.
I suppose that's true.
We did find and Monkey's gonna spell it because of the 6-year-old in the cockpit. We did find BODIES that we assume were the original people, but we don't know everybody. We just got here.
Gotcha. Yeah, and who are you? Who are you, sweetheart?
Oh fuck. Hold on.
It's time to role play.
Come on, D.
So, I don't do children. I don't play children well. Hold on.
Michael, play
You
with
shouldn't.
me.
You shouldn't do children, bro.
I was just gonna say that's a good thing.
That's
Genuinely
great. That's
not do
illegal. Anyways, what was her voice?
Your YouTube career is off to a great start.
Oh, the allegations have become
Oh,
I'm a
my
real
God.
YouTuber.
You have passed the bar.
I have passed the bar. All right, guys, you can only go up from here.
No, man.
Anyway,
That's horrible.
Jesus
you
Christ.
see a tiny hand pop out of Jester's cab and immediately point a handgun at you. Jester, you're not sure where she got the handgun, but she's waving it threateningly at the giant mech with a sword. And she's like, "Who are you?" And she's doing like kung fu moves on the top of the mech as she's trying to climb out.
Oh, my name's Dom. How are you? Where'd you get that?
Are you a
Look at
robot?
that. Look. No,
Look
I'm not a robot.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Bleed for me.
Damn. Okay. I guess
Sweetheart.
I don't know if
that
I
is
can open my. I don't know
Wait.
that I opened my cockpit for her, but I turn on a camera feed on the inside of my shuttle, and I cut a little bit of the pad of my finger to show her that I do in fact
give in to
bleed.
this child's demands.
Sure.
Also, I'm not positive. They presumably bleed like us. We haven't seen we haven't fought a thing, but they might just bleed like us.
You have back in initiation. The biggest
Oh.
signifier is the blood is a synthetic blue.
Oh, never mind.
Blue.
Keep bleeding. Keep bleeding.
That's what I saw up a floor above. Right? Was the
Blue
call
blood
it?
stains that match what you saw in initiation, yes.
yeah, got it. Yeah. So I see. Look, I bleed red, just like you, right?
She looks over at Jester for like approval. Oh no, he's dead.
Jester.
Jester's turned
Oh,
into AI.
no. He's been taken over. He's been assimilated.
He's been assimilated. Hello.
Sorry. Hello. What's
He's
going
right.
on?
All is well.
The small child just threatened Dominic with a gun, asked him to prove he's human, and he cut his hand. And then she's looking at you for approval or like acknowledgement. If that makes any sense.
Well, you never know. I mean, maybe they.
She takes the
Do you
shot.
know if these?
And a bullet
I
pings
dive.
off of your frame.
Can we maybe just take the take the gun away from the kid?
All right. Yeah, I think that's,
Hey,
we're good.
hey, that's the child's gun.
Second
Okay,
Amendment, motherfucker.
You want to be shot
The
at?
right to bear arms.
God bless. And she's like looking around kind of suspiciously at you guys. And then she puts the gun away. She's like, all right.
Listen,
can say.
girl. What's your name?
I'm the detective. I
All right,
solve
detective.
mysteries. I save the day.
Okay, sounds great. I think you're gonna really help us with this one. Are you excited to help us? If you do, there might be a fun prize at the end.
What kind of prize?
I like to think that Dom is like used to dealing with kids in
Okay.
some respect because he's always. Actually, I guess there really isn't a good reason for him to be good with kids.
Dom, you're not beating the allegations.
No. I don't think there's actually a good reason, a logical reason for him to be any.
Because aren't you like you're basically a nepo baby? Like I feel like the times you would interact with children is like very limited and or professional.
That's exactly what
like,
I'm realizing now.
And I'm here donating money to the orphanage with little Jenny here.
Yep, little Jenny, who I only just met, and I actually know nothing about. Yeah, I think me being good with kids is actually not very good role playing at all. So I will stop.
You're like me when you're interacting with kids.
Yeah,
It's great.
who the fuck are you?
What the fuck do you want?
You want candy? Here. Take
What do
this
you
candy.
want from me?
Shut up.
Just
Leave me
throws
alone.
candy at
Shut
children's
up.
faces. Anyways, yeah. She's like, okay, you just stay.
Where are we at with the case then, detective?
Robots.
Nice. Very astute.
We have the key card to let us into the next room.
Oh, bet.
But I was also thinking about resting. I don't know. Jester feels like we shouldn't, but he's also banged up worse than I am.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, I'm still bleeding here a little bit, so
After a minor
Well, I seem to be
explosive
doing
noise.
okay. Maybe I can hold watch for you guys? I'm not remembering the mechanics of rest well enough.
It's just taking some downtime to recover some pilot HP. It's not like 5e. We can really handle it. Pilot HP is a little bit easier, especially if you have medical tools with you. It's a little bit easier to apply them. It's just it would just consume some of your resources. It's kind of hand waved. Mech HP is the one you have to put some dedicated resources to, and unless you have repair kits or spare parts nearby, which you are in Everest, so you could literally take parts off the bulldozer and patch up your mech.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
We love GMS.
My mech is fine. I'm good to relax if you guys want to take the time. Or rather, I'm good to stand guard if you guys want to take time to fix shit.
It's your call, Jester.
What's the word? Captain?
Coffee.
We can stay or we can go, but we have to decide.
But you can't stay here.
Who decided that I was team leader? This is terrible.
I agree.
Has anybody taken any structure damage?
No.
I think anyone has. It's all been relatively superficial. Most of the damage was on your actual persons, if I recall.
Yeah, people,
Your
bodies.
squishy flesh body. Flesh mech.
So I think general rule: everybody stay in their mechs from this point forward. But we should probably push on. Don't give them time to prepare for us any more than they already have.
That's good. I have, for what it's worth, I have what are they called? Manipulators. So if we need to do things with our hands, I've got hands.
He's our robot hands.
He's got hands.
He's got the touch.
It's true.
You may, Damus
must
on
have
pause,
the
move
gift.
your mechs where they are. I know it's like a weird 2D linear battleground, but move your mechs around. Poke things. Feel things.
It's gonna work if I. God damn it.
Hear, touch, feel. Oh, there's
What'd you
two of them. You see another nemesis
I
mech
just really
appear around the
wanted-
corner.
And then the previous one poofs out of existence, because that would be a destruction of the space-time continuum.
Yeah, it's the legendary rule.
Yep, I am gonna get in close to. This is the door here, right?
That is the door. It's like a big bulkhead.
Gotcha. We don't know what's in the factory, but
No,
have we been down to the mines?
you have not, if I recall.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Just curious.
This is as far as we've gotten.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I appreciate the update. Yeah, I get up kind of close-ish to the front. Many. Oop. I just want to measure.
You cannot suffer.
I pass the key card over to Nemesis. If he's taking the front, then I just want to make sure he's got what he needs.
Thanks, King. Yeah. Is Motor a beefcake of a mech?
Motor is artillery, or he's high risk, high reward, isn't it?
Yeah, but in regards of my motors, I have no armor. My evasion is 8. My defense is 8. My HP is 11, of which I have 7 right now. I don't know if that makes me a beefcake.
Nah, I don't know that.
We're all still in the base mechs anyways, but yeah.
Cool. No, it's just a question of whether I should be frontlining deliberately. Or
I'm
not.
not.
But yeah, I will.
I'm not flimsy, but I am like mid range, mid to long range generally.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The bullshit
Fair
with
enough.
the thermal lance.
Fuel. Yeah. Shall we
With that, what you will.
press on?
Yes, Papa.
All right. I open the. I open the thingy.
As
Open the
you
door.
approach the door, there are two things that happen. One, your
Okay.
radio and your comms sort of crackle to life, and you hear This is Eclipse the Nemesis. Status update, over.
Eclipse, this is Nemesis. We are currently investigating. Stand by for further details. We believe that there is a large android presence and perhaps an AI, artificial intelligence, that is taken significant control here.
Acknowledge. Tracking 3 readings down there. You went Tom's Dart for a second. What happened? Oh.
Well, there was see, for a while there, I was out of commission. Got knocked out. Sierra was down here. She seems to have disappeared. We're not entirely sure where she is, but we trust that she's safe.
Monkeys. Does Monkey hear this conversation?
Yeah, it's
going
over
on
the
with Eclipse?
it's over your joint net.
Okay. Monkey's just gonna send a text chat to both of you and say, "Don't tell her about the child."
Kind of
Child.
acknowledges without saying anything. But yeah, you say you only see 3?
I see 3 mech signatures. Over.
Copy that. There's only 3 present at this time.
Acknowledge.
We're about to enter the factory. We are not sure what we will find beyond those doors.
Good copy. Be careful of... And it cuts out for a second.
Nice.
And
Classic.
Here, over the intercom of the factory, an echoing voice. Now, I wouldn't do that. You know? I think a little
Is this
privacy is warranted.
when the
Who's
bad
this?
guy gets annoying?
Yes. But good for you. That's my natural state.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy you're having a good time running around and meddling with things you shouldn't, but I suppose that's a natural state for you, Lancers. Now,
I mean, it's literally our jobs.
I'm aware. Very, very aware. Well, do what you will, but I wouldn't mess with that door if it were you.
If you were us, you would have, you would explain what you're doing instead of just, from our point of view, you're just evil and that's it.
Yeah. Evil for no reason is pretty lame. Just saying.
Yeah, be a better villain.
Got him.
Dang, what kind of plot is this? What are you writing here, Dean? Damn.
Wait, no, hold on, back up.
No,
We're not
no,
doing- no,
it's
no,
too late.
wait, no.
Roll
You can't-
evasion.
That's him. I'm Monkey. He's Alan. All right, we're both. I'm egging on the
Fine.
villain. He's
I'll take
egging
my game
you
and my
on.
plot elsewhere.
No,
Fine.
wait.
Nobody appreciates villain
know
of
I
the
love
week
you.
anymore.
No one appreciates art.
I made this for you.
Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I
I
apologize.
will cry myself to sleep later, but I
You're
will
doing a
survive.
great job, Dean. Thank you
No,
so
I'm
much
not.
for running this game.
No,
for
keep
us.
calling me out. It's fine. You lose 1 brownie point though.
Damn.
You
That
can't
was
call
the
me
only
that.
brownie point I had.
I think you had 2. Shame.
Okay, well, I opened the door.
You bring your T-Tard up to the door, and you see the light change from red to blue very quickly, and then back to green. And the
We don't
door-
like blue.
This giant bulkhead swings open.
Blue's a bad color for us.
Don't be
Got it.
racist.
Your mother.
Whoa!
Got him.
So rude. But the door swings open, and you see pitch black. Like, it's an unnatural blackness that sort of your sensors can't
Wow.
even penetrate it.
Unnatural. Okay.
Unnatural. It's
Wow,
so
that's fucked up.
spooky you shit yourself.
Damn.
Being
Just
black is
perception.
unnatural, Dean.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said it.
All right.
He said it. Words have
Whoa.
been said.
All right.
Well, cool.
More
I
allegations.
guess
Heap them on.
I am. Can I like try to shine a light in and see?
Mm-hmm.
I would like
It's-
deliberately like to like shine a light on the floor in front of me and like kind of trail it upwards to see if I can see if there's something that's like, I don't know, like the spell darkness effectively. That makes sense.
For all intents and purposes, it feels like that. Your light basically meets it just gets absorbed into whatever you shine it on, so you can't even see the floor. As you notice, whatever that is, sort of shimmer and shift.
Ooh.
Not shimmer, but it moves. It feels like
Does
a
it feel
cloud
alien?
or a fog of some kind, or something else.
Okay.
But your sensors read it as like a solid wall, so you can't even look past it.
Gotcha. That was my next question.
But it doesn't look solid. You know, just from like what your camera feed looks like solid white. If you look outside of it, it's sort of like this miasma.
Gotcha. I think I'll take my sword out and
Keep it
sword
on your
out.
pants.
swing it around like a helicopter. No, I'm gonna poke. I'm gonna just like gently see if I can poke on my like the tip of my sword into it and see if it responds at all to an inorganic object like passing through.
You put just
like,
the
the
tip
border.
in there.
This is incredibly suggestive.
The darkness moans. Oh my. Oh my.
Kill me. Your facial expressions are great.
There it is. Your sword penetrates with no issue at all. It that one was not intentional. But there's nothing in your way. There's nothing to suggest that there's something in your way. You literally cannot visually see past what's in front of you, though. But it does not have any resistance. But the moment your sword like goes past the threshold, it sort of vanishes from sight. It's enveloped. But you're not reading any issues or damage. It doesn't seem to respond. At least not immediately.
Y'all seeing this?
I mean, I'm looking at where you're looking.
I'm not sure how to approach this situation. Something tells me walking into a void where I can't see anything or sense anything is a bad idea.
Yeah. Dean,
Hello.
are there any like monkey's mind is gravitating towards things like
Sorry.
You're fine. I don't know why you're apologizing. Monkey's mind is gravitating a little towards things that are like are there any metals or like I'm trying to think if there's something that is like like a non-Newtonian liquid, like something that's weird that we know exists, but we don't.
Roll a check to try to figure this out. If you have a trigger that might apply.
Ooh, I don't know if I have a trigger that applies.
But you can sort of scrounge your libraries and identify, perhaps.
Sure. I'll just roll a flat d20. I don't think I have anything. 13?
based on the behaviors of this sort of cloud of darkness, as you're looking at it, you immediately recognize this as some sort of a hive mind nanomachine. It's not a technology that you've ever seen published, but this is a collection of very small robots that are acting as a physical cloud, and the density of it is literally acting as a screen against sensors and vision. So while it looks like a shadow, it's really just of a swarm of light reflecting or light absorbing machines that is preventing you from being able to see into it. Which means this, you have to also, looking at this, you're not sure if it's a controlled construct or it's a paperclip machine, in which it's just an all-consuming, self-regenerating cloud. It could go either way. But generally, from the horror stories you've heard about, is that unregulated nanomachines will consume everything and anything in its path to build more of itself. That has been heavily regulated, and they are generally safe and controlled, especially for construction purposes. But you've never seen one that's sole purpose seems to be obscuration like this. Nor have you heard of something like that. But that's what you sort of, with a quick sweep of your sensors in your experience, this is same thing you use for like patching and repairing, like your patch kits, just like nanomachines.
Yeah.
Or not your patch kit, but yeah, repair kits.
Yeah. All right, I'm grasping at straws here, but is there,
Firmly grasp it.
if we want, like killing nanomachines is like by their nature, there's so fucking many of them that they can just kind of do whatever they want. So the idea of like trying to kill a nanomachine is not something like, but I guess I'm wondering if there's like a way to disable them. And I think I'm thinking of something like, is there a frequency that I can click into? Is there like I want to just start creating, I'm gonna start fucking around with sound, and I guess I want to see if there's a frequency that I can clock in on
That might like
that
disrupt
will
or mess with it.
Yeah, like I don't expect to kill the room of nanomachines, but is there something that I can do to get them to not hurt us? Because I think that they could do a lot of damage to our mechs.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. Yeah, you look just with the initial swag at this, you don't know what the capabilities of this cloud is. With your 13 as well, you know that you treat them like pests. You can just AoE purge the area, which generally gets rid of things. Some nanomachines are resistant to like fire or acid or like gases, so you kind of have to pick and choose what you're using. But that is a way. If it is a controlled, most swarm type enemies have a control core somewhere. So you know that there is something or some sort of hub, unless it's a true gestalt consciousness, which at that point you have to look at alternate methods. And also, if it's self-regenerating, which you don't know if this one is, you have to take them all out in one swoop, or else it will continue to rebuild from whatever's left over. But that's a very dangerous and regulated variant of the technology.
Yeah.
So those are some possible options from your 13.
I spread those options out. I don't have like a flamethrower.
You don't, but you are a walking nuclear bomb.
Sure, but if I set the nuclear bomb off, I'm also dead.
You'll be better. You can get better. What would you like to do? Nemesis, you're standing at the precipice to the abyss, the door wide open, and as you're sort of watching, you watch the darkness sort of pool along the floor, and like almost as if it's leaking outwards towards you.
I could like throw a frag into the mess. I'm kind of I'm kind of grasping at straws.
I feel like if we're trying to destroy it, that's kind of the best. I don't have anything that I think. Got some rockets, but they're
Swing your sword wildly at the darkness.
yeah. I've got some flex-mounted rockets with like if they're explosive damage. But
You're also looking at the specs of the blueprint doesn't lay out how the factory, the actual like machinery is laid out, but this is a huge fucking hall. It's about the same size as the cargo bay, like hundreds of meters deep. You have no idea how deep the cloud goes. Yeah, it could be just the front, like a few feet deep, or it could be all 200 meters is this dark pool.
All of that sounds bad. I'm not sure. Not sure how to handle this. Do we want to fight or no? Do we want to try fighting? Big emphasis on try.
I don't think it's great to fight it. I think maybe I could try to disable it or something, but I would be grasping at straws. I feel like this situation is just us grasping at straws. Yeah, and as Monkey's saying that, he's just got like his speakers on and he's just running through different frequencies, and he's like, yeah, like nothing. He's like, this is the best thing I could come up with, and I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah. You hear the loudspeakers crackle on, and yeah, this would be the part where the villain gets annoying. And I must say, your music choice is impeccable. But I think you'll have some fun with this one. You're welcome to try.
Are you an AI?
Depends on what your definition of an AI is. How would you define it?
Well, I don't know how to correctly define an AI, but I guess the first way to start is like, are you a humanoid, like flesh and blood?
Do you have a corporeal form?
Sure.
No. Okay, cool. You have a form, but you're not flesh and blood. All right.
I do love 20 questions. It's my turn.
Sure.
So you guys...
It's only fair.
It's only fair. How's Eclipse doing?
Not sure. You didn't let us... You didn't... Oh, are you saying... Sorry, I'm in villain mode. Are you saying that, like, you did something to Eclipse, or are you saying that, like, you know Eclipse from way back?
It's my turn for the question you asked to at the start. You laid out the rules of the game.
Fair enough. Okay, let me try to answer your question. How's Eclipse doing? Fine. Not great at first impressions, but she's pretty reliable.
And how about for my second, the good headmaster?
He's a headmaster, you know, like we saw him on day one, and that's pretty much it. Like, we think he's fine, but we're not in the inner circle. We're just, you know, Lancers.
Interesting. Okay.
So you know, well, obviously you know them, but you have history with them?
Who doesn't?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
Really? No. Just ignorant or naive. Interesting.
Could
so
be
that
both.
means you must be your first year at the academy. Is that correct?
Yes.
I gathered. Most people don't stick their business into mysterious pools without wearing protection, at least.
Who says I wasn't protected? This blade is my protection.
Says everyone who's ever ended up with some issues down below.
Did I just hear from a non-flesh and blood being make a sex joke?
Is that your question? Then yes. My turn.
We're listening.
I don't want to waste it. I just need a second.
Sure you don't want to ask a sex joke question?
No, I'm pretty satisfied just looking at your records. Very, very diverse history, Mr. Dominic.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know. I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two.
Mr. Garrett. How's the family doing?
You see Jester's mech kind of cock its head a little bit. Fine.
Your
What's
turn.
your interest?
My interests? Well, I like long walks on the beach, pina coladas, and,
No. Interest. Singular.
unicorns, if that counts. I do enjoy them. Very fancy creatures.
In my family.
Oh, that's another question. But I'll humor you. No, I just, wasn't there that issue with, things here and there? I won't spoil it for your teammates because that'd be rude of me. But, just checking on their flesh and blood and their corporeal forms, if you would.
Hey, man, that's kind of not cool.
Is it? Isn't it? Oh, that would be a question, isn't it? My bad.
It would be. Are you controlling these nanobots?
I think we've gotten out of order a little bit, but no. Just a local host. They're kind of doing their own thing. They just happen to help me out, and I will return the favor. Just looking out for each other. Symbiotic, if you would.
Can you promise they won't harm us?
They wouldn't harm me.
That's not what I asked.
I have no
You didn't
control
answer
over
my
them.
question.
They do what they want. What is the Aurelian plan to get out of poverty and debt? I'm very curious.
You don't get to just ask that question.
Then I suppose I don't get to answer any.
Listen, trade secrets and all that. We have plans. They may or may not involve you. Who's to say?
Shame.
How would you like to be assimilated?
Are you offering me a job?
Potentially. What do you offer me?
Trade secret.
Whose trade secrets?
Now that would be a spoiler. And if you won't share, I won't share. That's the rule. Or just being polite, which might be a lacking skill in your department, seeing how you handle most people in your life. I do hope your father's proud of you, at least.
He's proud enough.
I'm sure.
Is that what you're after?
No,
You want a
not
job?
you. No. There's, what's the word? Oh, that's complicated. No, my job is already secured. But do tell your father I said hello.
And who, may I say, is sending their regards?
Dominic Aurelius. And the channel cuts off.
Well, shit.
Aurelian, sorry.
That was, yeah, I got you.
Ow, my
Guys, I'm not walking into that cloud.
Howard.
You do it then, chicken.
Chicken coward.
I dare you.
Put your sword in there. Sit your tip in.
Monkey looks for like a long piece of mechanical equipment, like a pipe presumably, but whatever they have on land, and he just like wants to put the tip in and then bring it out.
You do so. It basically goes through the wall of the cloud, and whatever enters past the threshold you can't see anymore, but you don't notice any discernible damage or issues with it. It just vanishes. And then you pull it back out, and it's perfectly fine when you inspect it.
Well, you're the healthiest mech, so I guess it's you.
Do I have
Don't tell
like
me.
something organic in my cockpit that I can like throw and see if it destroys an organic?
You have a child.
Organic. No, I
You
said
do have
my
a child.
cockpit.
You could just throw the child in there.
I said my cockpit.
Why you keep talking about your cockpit when we're talking about children?
Dude, that's kind of weird.
Dude. Because I didn't want to suggest that we throw the child in
A child.
Jester's cockpit.
The child's
there's a
already in
child
Jester's
Monkey's.
cockpit.
Oh my god. Why are you being so weird about this, man?
No, the child's in Jester's.
Yeah.
It isn't just okay. Yeah, I don't know. Do I have like I don't know? An
Yeah, you've
apple?
like I'm assuming you like packed a lunch or something. You've got like your rations, which is some organic stuff. Like that's fine.
I'll pop open my cockpit and throw that in and listen, I guess.
You listening? Okay. You take like a couple like hardtack
Actually, wait.
protein bars.
Can I
Yeah.
stab it on the tip? Can I put it on the tip of my sword and like roast or
You
roasting
just
it?
fucking marshmallow it. Yeah. You take your giant fucking like 12-foot long sword, and your manipulator hand gingerly places like a nutrient bar on the tip of it, little, and then you hold this giant weapon of destruction out and jab it into the darkness for a few seconds. As the hardtack vanishes from sight, you wait, you listen. Nothing than the
And
gentle hum of your reactor, and you pull it back out, and it's there. It's perfectly fine. Nothing happened.
Okay. I'll close my cockpit and make my way in.
Okay. I need you to make an agility check.
Gosh darn it. Listen, we did all the checks. We ran all the numbers.
The numbers, Mason.
What does that
We
mean?
checked the organic and the organic material. God damn it. It's been too long. How do I do this?
If you go to your sheet, there should
Loadout?
be an agility roll in the right side of your mech. Inactive mech. Oh. That should be fine. You might have to activate your mech. I'm not sure how you do that. Well,
Stand by.
sand.
Agility. Okay, there it is. Agility. Rolling.
Roll. Excellent.
Wow. Guys, it's so good to be back.
You.
Great.
How bad did this go? It go
Real,
pretty bad.
real fucking bad,
Real
dude,
bad.
is what it could go.
These giant bulkheads that are meant to like this is an insane amount of security for just like a mining colony. As you're looking at this, these bulkheads are like reinforced like steel, about 3 feet thick. Like these are meant to stop a tank round from going through, not protect company secrets. As these things, the door and the warning lights flash red, then blue, then red, and they slam on your mech,
Great.
catching you
Awesome.
in between it.
How much HP damage?
That's going to be 2d4 of structure damage. Your mech takes 3 as he is knocked prone.
Structure?
Not structure.
HP, not
HP.
structure, right?
HP.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
lose all 3 of your. You have one. No, you're fine.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what?
Yeah, you just explode. No, 3 points of HP, as your leg is pinned between the doors, leaving like a small foot-wide gap. As these doors are straining to crush you, your mech falls forward, and you are face to face with the inky darkness, which slowly begins to creep towards you, pulling around the front of your mech. So you are prone, face down, on the other side of the door. Your team is on the far side of the door, or the near side of the door, watching this happen. I would say you're like more like here. Trapped.
Oh, okay, all right.
And you're watching.
blackened
This
door.
hallway is like maybe like 40 feet long. It's big enough to like drive stuff through. And you see another pair of bulkheads on the far side, but those ones are propped open, and this darkness begins to crawl towards you.
Okay, I'm going to activate my projected shield.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can do that. Should be able to do that.
And the rest of you notice this happening. Obviously, it's very loud, and you hear the mech straining, and the servos of his mech and the door straining against each other, threatening to crush him. Thankfully, you notice that his cockpit is not caught in between the doors, but if he's left there any further, it could irreparably damage the legs and the motor himself, or cripple it. Nominate or learn. Okay. Yeah. You see a vroom
My
as this
my
sort of, like,
intention is to
shimmer- Yep, go ahead.
fill that hallway with the shield if possible.
Yeah, you could basically do that. It's sort of, you project the shield in front of you as you watch a few, like about 10 feet in front of you, the darkness start pulling at the base of the shield and begin to try to crawl up over it. Like, it's almost like a room filling with water.
Got it.
What would you guys like to do?
Help.
Help me! Help me!
Could I also say that as part of I don't know if
Yeah.
this turn thing really makes sense
Sure.
or that we're in combat, but can I
No.
fire some rockets into the
Yeah,
pool?
yeah. Protocol is a free action, and then you can make an attack. You can shoot into the abyss if you want. You can magic missile the
Wow.
darkness.
Yeah. That's a roll with the rockets
To hit the darkness.
to hit the darkness, yeah.
You launch a couple rockets, and they shoot out across the hall. They plunge into the right in front of you, past the shield, into the darkness, and you see the darkness is like momentarily pushed back as you sort of like blow this hole in it. And on the
Okay.
far side, you see, as you basically, you're fighting, you are actively fighting back the darkness. It responds, it sort of recoils, and as it pulls back, you see a lone figure, humanoid, with an empty expression on their face, just watching you this entire time. And you see a
Gotcha.
large RPG on its shoulder aimed at you.
Fuck me. Got a shield up. If nothing else, that'll at least help a little bit.
So he's going to roll to hit you with 2 difficulty. Just to be minus. I'm not doing this as an official attack, but it's going to be minus 2d6 or whatever the 2d6 is the lowest. So it's going to be a minus 2, so it's a 14 to hit you.
Great. Well, that hits, right? Anything
Yep.
above a 10?
Yep. Oh, whatever you. No, it's whatever your evasion is, which is
8.
I think. Yes. So you are, as the darkness crawls back in and sort of envelops this guy, you are blasted in your prone position, taking 5 points of force or explosive damages. And the team behind you sees this massive fireball erupt and sort of funnel through the small gap in the door. As you see crackling of energy as the shield sputters for a second, and the rocket pushes through and nails you directly on your cockpit.
On his cockpit.
Go first, they said. Here, you have max health, they said.
I told you. I told you blue is bad.
The speakers tracked a little life. Whoops, my finger slipped. My bad.
Ha ha ha, very funny.
What would you like to do?
Up.
And then that was sort of what you did. I'm not going to run this as a real combat, but the rest of the team, if you would, I think Dale's still BRB. But Monkey, would you like to do anything?
Like to pry the door open.
Okay. You run up. I need you to make a hull check against the door. Sorry, my bad.
Can I help in any way?
I'm trying to help you.
Not
God,
right now.
where is hull check?
So if you open up your mech sheet, it's in the bottom
On
right.
the Mac.
Yeah.
There it is. It's on
There's
the
whole
Mac.
agility systems engineering, which are sort of generic. Your mech stats are different from your.
Can I use engineering?
No, this is raw beef on beef.
Well, he's dead, Jim.
Guys, you.
Hey, them's the brakes, buddy.
Them's
don't
the
roll the
bricks. Them's the brakes. You jam your mech in there, and you as you try to pry this thing open. But as you're doing so, your footing slips, and the door again slams on the two of you, and it then pins your left servo arm between the doors. You are going to take
That sounds about right.
5 damage from this as it begins crushing your arm.
Am I taking further damage myself?
Actually, that's a great idea. Yeah. You take 1 additional damage.
Nice.
But the two of you are now pinned in this door, being slowly crushed.
Yeah, cool.
Meanwhile, Dale's dead.
Dale
I'm
Dale
back.
is staring off into space.
Yeah, we're dying over here.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
I told you I wanted to rest.
Anyways.
Is everybody stuck in the door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all
At this
stuck in the
point,
door.
Quite
Yes.
literally, yeah.
Okay,
We
group
both
effort.
rolled natural ones.
step
Group
back.
effort. We're gonna
I'm
open
stuck.
this shit.
Okay. You roll a hold check to pry this door open.
Where, oh, where is my hole button? Hole.
Guys.
Listen, man, we don't control the dice. Literally, we're not even the ones rolling it. It's a random number generator.
All right, I will say this. You get 1 accuracy. You can add a d6 because there are 3 mechs actively trying to push this door open.
12.
Excellent. You take your mech and you basically jam the butt of your rifle in there and press it with your leg, and you see the servos whirring and sparking as you pry the door open. Neither of you are pinned anymore.
But I'm stuck on the far side of a door.
You are on the far side. Your shield is up. All of you are right next to each other. So for all intent and purposes, that was the round. The enemy gets to take their turn. As you hear as another rocket shoots overhead, that's going to be 2 difficulty to hit you with a rocket.
God damn. Where are the
So-
low rolls when you're rolling?
You know, it just be like that sometimes. That's a -5. Does a 12 hit all of you?
Yes.
12 hit me, yeah.
Yep.
Dean, we're all running the same mech.
I'm just
8
making
hits
sure.
us.
I'm just making sure.
We all have
Like,
the same
you're up.
armor class.
Listen.
So is that
you
9
just wanna
damage?
say,
No, it's going to be, I think I rolled 2d4 last time. You all take 4 damage as this rocket lands right in the middle of the open door and throws you all back. It blows up your... Yeah, you are relatively stable, but these are anti-mech rounds that are landing on your... You are Motor, you are knocked down and back a little bit as your systems go haywire. Red lights flashing across your screen. Oh.
Aha!
You
Nice.
are fine.
I'm still up somehow.
I'm still standing. A glance as some of the fire washes over your mech, and you see leaving black stars all over your custom paint job and your family logo or whatever you had on there.
All the pinup models.
Yeah. Now
Right.
scuffed.
Of all the things to be busted, though, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
So that is the enemy. What are you doing? Is now your turn. I'm just going back and forth. Let me let me change the music. I'm not trying to dox you. Whoops.
Can we? What is the status of this bulkhead right now?
It is the motors that move the door back and forth are damaged because you forced it open and they're inoperable, so it is now permanently open.
It is like jammed open.
It is jammed open, wide enough for a single file mech to go through. It is not open to its full width anymore. It no longer will be unless you force it. And also, it will no longer close unless you force it. I actually have music. Hold on. Let me do that. That way it's not just weird ambiance.
I think I'll say over comms. There's a humanoid in there with a rocket launcher. That's the best I saw in the brief moment that the clouds cleared up. Or the nanobots.
That is a pretty accurate size for the room. It's a large area.
Yes.
Correct?
Very large. Boop. Music might be a little loud. Hold on.
Fine.
Ooh. What would you like to do?
Do we back up?
You can. Motor is impaired. Which he can still move. He can still move.
That's just +1 difficulty on
Yes,
stuff.
checks until the end of the next turn.
Right.
As his system sort of like spark and try to reboot real quick.
I really could use the bathroom. Can we maybe take a break now?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no, that's
Sorry, y'all.
It is about
And it
time.
seemed like Yelly was also in the middle of something too. Yeah.
Let's take the tenor then and come back on the 40. 'Cause I need to drive a
Sounds
All right.
good. Will they survive? Tune in next time.
Tune in next
We'll
time.
be back after this short break.
Short break. I'm gonna leave the audio on. I'm just gonna step away. Don't say anything racist.
Your mother.
Whoa!
have returned.
Hello. It is he.
Sorry.
Baby Eepy. Baby Eepy.
Big Eepy.
Big Eepy. Oh, the music's so loud. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. No, I hear that. I feel that. I
Ugh.
Just a long day yesterday.
Gross. Fuck that.
It was a good day, but it was a long day.
Things and stuff. Aren't you so cool?
Yeah, man. All the things and all the stuff.
Oh, bear with me. I have to adjust my microphone. Sorry.
You good?
It keeps sinking. The old noises. There we go. Face height microphone. Eat that. We Gucci. But good. I'm glad you were lifing and enjoying. That is good.
Indeed. The life was enjoyable for sure.
Good.
Went to a
Excellent.
Brazilian steakhouse? Damn. That stuff's great.
I have never been. I've been wanting to for the longest time. But I have to see if there's like actually one around. I'm sure there is. But
I would think in your neck of the woods there'd be
beef. I just want to eat like an exorbitant amount of meat, which sounds like
Korean
a lot of
barbecue is also in that same ballpark.
fun. I love Korean barbecue. I just don't want to go by myself.
I
It feels like
feel that.
a lot, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Have you never been?
What?
Have you never been to a Korean barbecue?
You took me to a Korean barbecue. I was with you. We
did?
ate beef together.
Oh,
we ate meat with each other.
You right?
God.
I forgot.
I'm glad I have left a
forgot.
mark on your life, and that we'll be
I
friends for 10
forgot.
years, and that's what you think of me. Oh my God!
I showed a video of the squad to my new girl.
Yeah, what
And-
video? Was it like a normal video, or is it us being feral animals?
It was us being normal people,
Hmm.
on like the beach in Maine.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
I mean, yeah.
A
Point
wolf.
is, the reason I bring it up is that she recognized you as the dude I brought to the games.
Yeah, I'm unforgettable. I'm
That's
just
right.
that cool.
Hell yeah.
Like and subscribe my videos. Oh yeah, that's fun. I'm glad I'm so remarkable.
It's true.
I'm just burned into people's memory. I take up free real estate in your mind. Hell yeah. I think I'm finally getting my voice back. But that's funny. I'm glad I'm remembered. I'm a person. I exist. Without
You are a
perception,
person.
I am no one. I crave constant validation. It's just the thing.
Dean, I see you.
He do.
I see you.
Bear witness.
Oh, Lord
Okay,
Almighty.
okay. It's fine. It's great.
All right, guys,
it's
here's
great.
my plan. I'm going to dash forward and try to stomp on this man.
You're gonna stamp this mams. Also, I think Dembo is still
Yeah, we're still busy.
occupied.
I'm here.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
welcome back.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise.
Damn.
But yeah, you can certainly try. Just put your little ladies out there, trample wample.
What'd you call me?
Whoa.
That's pretty rude, man.
Slur.
I called you an old licky.
Whoa.
Whoa.
How dare you?
Hi. Space racism. Okay.
Racism.
Gamers, we're back. You just fought a door and almost lost, but you're back. The enemy is in front of you. You can already feel it. It's going to be a good day. Gamers, Lancers, what would you like to do?
This guy wants to get up to go hit that guy.
Yes.
Do I also have a line of sight to the guy?
You
I
do.
don't think any of us have line of sight.
There's nothing physically obscuring you except for the cloud of darkness.
Great. Hey, Nemesis, are you still prone? If you are, stay down. Stay
Okay.
down. And I'm just gonna use my thermal lance heavy cannon to just where he was, like
Okay.
even if I don't have a line of sight, like where he last was.
Okay.
And then
Yep.
the idea is that even if he's not there, it's gonna open up. Hopefully, it'll kill a lot of nanomachines, but also it'll open up a little tunnel for him to go get him.
Okay. Roll to hit him with 2 difficulty. We'll count this as like hardcover for all intended purposes, or
okay.
obscuration. And you don't know where he is.
1. Oh, I could just click hardcover. Great.
Correct.
Damn, 15 anyways. Nice.
Yep. You. And this thing blasts forward, and you see this orange beam sort of light up the tunnel, and you see hints of machinery and sort of like tall structures, and almost what looks like glass tubes, like vials to contain something large than something's in the background. And you see for the briefest moment this figure whose blank expression almost looks shocked before it's completely blasted through, and the darkness immediately closes back in around it, but you see nothing after the beam fades except for ash.
Oh, I think I hit him.
Damn.
I don't know if I killed him, but I think I hit him.
Okay. Is it,
Did it open up? So it didn't kill nanomachines and shit. So like Alan can't run in.
Killed some, but then it closes too fast as of right now.
Well, maybe I killed him, maybe I didn't.
Always come back later. I'm not saying that there's a puzzle here, but maybe there might be some more interesting things somewhere else. I mean, far be it from me to tell you what to do or help you out, but it might be more interesting if you take the long, scenic view.
is this?
Nah, grenade.
Fuck you!
I'm gonna say,
Yep.
this is not you, Dean, as the DM telling us. This is
No.
the
voice.
disembodied voice. Okay.
I want to say I request to get to know your name.
I already
That was not a
said.
question.
I'm sure we already had this conversation. My name is already known to you. We had that kind of question. Anyways, if you could stop
Slash
blowing up
pseudo
my
give name.
slash pseudo. Well, call me Nemesis.
Boo.
The grenade.
Oh, because it's our nemesis. Oh,
Damn.
That's so clever. No.
God, that sucks.
The grenade
Yeah,
goes
man.
off with a thunderous crack, and again, this darkness is pushed back. You see a body of an android scarred and blasted being thrown against the wall of some sort of large whirring machine. You notice that this darkness cloud is absorbing the sound, because once it pushes back the cloud, you can hear aggressive spinning of motors from this pistons pounding, and you hear the clanging of metal as something being hammered into shape, and then the cloud immediately swarms back over it, muffling and muting the noises. But it does look like there's more things in the darkness. And that is one of your limited charges. But you did take out at least one more of these androids. I mean, you're more than welcome to keep hitting your head against the wall, but or you can just run into there, which seems to be a MO for you. But I mean, do you want the hints? And that's my question, I suppose.
Feels inadvisable, but I feel like Dom would charge in. So we're doing it. Blasting off.
You
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll move my full move into the in hopes of passing through.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do a barrel roll while I blast through.
You Dark Souls roll into the fog wall.
Yes, precisely.
You hear just the crunching of metal as you heavy armor your way through. And the moment you step inside, everything goes quiet.
Damn.
You can't hear. You can't see. You feel your mech slam up against some heavy piece of machinery. You can feel the vibrations, but you can't hear anything. It's like you're suspended in the void.
Can I follow along the? Do I still have more movement to go?
Yes, you can go deeper if you want.
I think I do. Yeah.
Okay.
You push further in.
Forwards. Sort of feeling your way along the machinery, careful not to get caught in anything. As you are feeling your way around the wall. This seems to be a large, a processing plant for copper, obviously. And you can feel on the ground steady, thrumming, pounding motions as there's some sort of mechanical pneumatic hammer making ingots, or something you assume, based on what the team saw earlier.
Gotcha. Okay.
But this machine is very much in the somewhere near the center of the room. So if you basically follow it all the way around, to what you think is all the way around. At this point, if you stay much longer, you're going to lose your sense of direction. Your readings aren't telling you which way is north. You don't have a GPS location. You are floating in a void with only your own breathing.
Got it. Okay. Can I fire rockets towards the middle?
You can. Do you know where the middle is at this point?
Presumably, if I'm looking at this map, I would have walked in and kept walking forward, turned left about 90 degrees, and fired.
Okay. Roll me a straight D20 first. No modifiers. 10 or above, it's good. Low, it's bad.
16.
Okay.
Good.
And then roll me an actual attack with 2 difficulty, because you're aiming indiscriminately into the void.
Yeah. 2 difficulty?
Yes, please.
Okay. And with the flex mount, can I roll twice for 2 different attacks?
If it's a flex mount, yes. If it has 2 weapons on that mount, yes.
Yes, there are 2 weapons on that mount. They're both rockets. Okay. Nope. Nothing theoretically lands.
D20, so a 6. Okay. You watch these rockets go wildly out in different directions. Some of them barely missing the overhead beam that was directly in front of you that would have gone off in your face if you'd missed even by a minute. And as they sort of scatter out, they make not a sound, but you see these bursts of light pocketed here and there. And every single burst of light that opens a pocket in the darkness, you see an empty face and a pair of glowing eyes. 1, 2, dozens, if not more, of eyes waiting, watching you.
Nice. Cool.
And as the darkness closes in and swallows the eyes, it all goes quiet.
Yep. Well, I will be getting out of here next. Nothing is. There does not seem to be a back to this.
Maybe got back.
Hey. Right. Are you leaving?
Can I? Have I not used all my movement?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, that's your turn. What are the rest of you doing? Back on the outside.
I threw a grenade, didn't I? Was that...
You did. And that, like I said, you blew up one of the mechs, or one of the androids in there. You assume to be an android. Is there anything else you want to do? And Motor, Monty, if there's anything else.
I'm just gonna keep the door open for old boy to come back through.
Okay. You hear nothing from the far side. It's eerily quiet in this building. Player's initiative. What would you like to do?
Run.
All right, I need you to make a systems check to try and orient yourself to the actual exit.
Oh, come on. I turned 90 degrees to the left. I turned another 90 degrees.
All right, you have 2 accuracy to the systems check.
Stand by.
The saddest standby I've ever heard.
I have 2 accuracy.
2 accuracy because you turned 90 degrees to the left.
Wait. All right, let me. There we go. Didn't even need it. 25.
Amazing.
Baby.
Didn't even need it.
Incredible. You orient yourself.
I remember my trigonometry.
You apply Pythagorean's theorem and you make the exact 90-degree turn back and sprint out of the darkness. What else do you do?
I guess we'll fire rockets in again and just say, listen, it's not like a wall. This room is filled with nanobots as I'm like turning behind myself and just firing.
Okay. Fire again with 2 difficulty because you don't know where the enemies are, but you're kind of just indiscriminately AoEing the area.
Yeah. Sorry. Give me a second. 2 difficulty. Wow. That one's definitely a miss. That's an 11, though.
You see a couple of these androids being thrown back and being blasted apart, but generally your attacks are hitting pieces of machinery and gently, and like so you see one of the machines shut down, roar to a stop, and one of the rocket flies off in another direction and shatters this glass like tank and starts. You see some of the orange liquid pool across the ground before catching on fire. You think you confirm at least 3 kills, but otherwise you just see destruction as the darkness swallows the area back again. Monty and Jester, as you see Nemesis turn into the darkness, you see a small humanoid figure, or not small, a normal humanoid figure start clinging to the back of his mech.
Oh, is it one of them goddamn AI robots?
Goddamn.
Nemesis, don't move. And then I'm gonna try to shoot it off with this laser rifle.
All right.
With the thermal lance!
What? Just straight through. I got you, homie.
Jesus.
1 difficulty, because you're trying to precision hit it without blowing up Nemesis. If you fail by 5 or more, you'll hit Nemesis.
I do not fail by 5 or more.
Okay.
I succeed.
You see this thing raise a hand up and go to pull a pin on a grenade as you blast in the back and it disintegrates, dropping the explosive to the ground by Nemesis' feet.
Okay, you can move again.
Thanks.
Jester, what would you like to do?
I don't know. I'd actually like to walk away from the door a bit and just check the room behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Scan around, make sure we're not about to get ambushed from both sides.
Sure. Roll me a systems check, actually, to, like, scan. Yeah. You know there was that container full of androids. And you're poking around. But there seems to be something large from below that's like overwhelming your sensors.
What do you... Okay, below as in, we know the elevator goes down further,
One more
so
level.
it's possible that,
It's this.
Yeah,
You
okay.
think it's the same thing that was jamming communications earlier? Like a heavy piece of machinery is just overwhelming. But that's all you can sense. Like it's like the radio waves and your sensors are completely saturated with this one thing. You don't know if it's an accurate reading or not because it's too large to be natural. But combined with the density of the rock and the formations around you, you have no idea. What would you like to do?
I don't know. That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll just kind of wait for old boy to come back.
Yeah, can I get through the doorway?
Yeah,
Like
it's open.
beyond the door?
You can walk through the door.
Okay. I think that definitely is a thing that I'm doing here. So I would love to get here.
Okay. As
Is
you
there anything-
step, sort of, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'll wait.
Let me get rid of that. You see a rocket splash against the side of the bulkhead as you step by. As it... They clearly have locked onto you in some way, shape, or form.
God damn.
But you both, all of you sort of like step behind the other side of the bulkhead so that they have no longer have line of sight on you.
Is there any way to close this thing or no? You said the motors were shot.
The motors are shut. You could force it back and shut it. It's a way, but it would take some effort and time.
Well, I think the only way that we end this fight without continuing conflict with people that we can't see in a cloud that we can't destroy, that seems like the better choice. Sorry, y'all. I shouldn't have done that. My bad.
You're doing
Okay,
great,
you're
Sweaty.
rich. I expected this kind of behavior.
Yeah, I mean,
Monkey's-
what'd you
Monkey's trying to-
Damn.
Monkey's trying to egg you on.
You want me to go back in there? Is that what you want?
Yeah, you fucking coward.
It's
Finish
not
the
what I
job.
want. It's, just you're rich. You don't know what consequences.
We're rich.
Damn, man. Right now? Right now?
We're doing this now?
Help me with this fucking door.
Monkey helps.
Yeah, you guys have no major issue. There's no motor, so it's just heavy steel, but with your mechs, you're easily able to... And you sort of slam them together. There's like a sliver of light from your side going through, like an inch-wide crack. Because the locking mechanism broke, so it doesn't perfectly close anymore. But for all intent and purposes, you would need some heavy equipment to open that door up again. Which you didn't
Right.
see anything on their side. And you hear a little... Very well done. I'm glad you enjoyed that fight.
Not really, but okay.
Yeah.
Now, normally, like with puzzles, there's like steps you have to do beforehand, so I'll let you figure that one out. But I think you're on the right
Sometimes
path.
you can brute force them.
You did try the brute force method, and I do applaud how far you did get, but I would like to ask you how well you think you did.
I don't want to talk about it. Let's go to the mines.
I have to bounce early. I have a work issue I have to take care of right now.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I'll,
okay.
Shoot.
I focus on that.
Do we want to just call it here?
I was about to say, without Mal and with the rest of the fight actually coming up, I think we can call an early session if y'all are good with that.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's fine by me.
All right. Well, take your notes, and we'll see what happens next time.
Alrighty.
Tis fun. Goodbye. Say goodbye to
Okay.
YouTube. Goodbye.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Fuck you.
Whoa. Stream ended.